Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Hello. Hi, how are you? Hi, I'm good. How are you? Hello, can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me? I can hear you. After a long gap. Sorry for the delay from my end. From my end also. We have till about the session. We were very big, completed things, session tour. But I thought 13 sessions. Exactly? Right. Can you open quickly? Revive and then we will start session 13. Session tour. You asked me to create this thing. I created it. I mean, since you understood right with the core component, we can. One thing that can like clicky confused is here, like when I try to drag, I'm not seeing any assets here. No, you have to open sidebar. We have disabled. You remember, for image component, in one of the exercise we disabled image load from the system. Now I scroll down, take some bigger image. We disabled from uploading via system. Maybe we can only drag and drop via here. That's good. We now have a better understanding with the core components. Right. We see. Basically, we have to. Whenever we work, we have to always think if anything is available via core component and we can achieve our layout component or not. This was it. Now can you open session 13? Yes. And once open, let me know, I'm just checking something else. Yes. And this session that in. Can you go to the top? Today we will. With this session 13 Bible down, what in topic is called helper classes. Right? Partially. We are starting on the back end part from today. Today with this session, right, we'll do more components hands-on. We'll write some Java classes. We will not write as if we'll just use some Java classes. I'll tell you what is link model, what is server-side JS and on. Right. And then maybe next session number 15-16, we'll do write the Java classes by ourselves. Let's start from the top. Quickly read this piece. I'm having my throat is not good. I'm having throat pain. Huh? If you're not comfortable, we can do it. Well, no, let's finish it. It's not a big thing. I'll keep quiet. You read it. In addition to the wide range of default components available in AEM, you can develop new components that offer flexible feature-rich authoring functionality. To develop components in AEM, you must understand the structure of the components and its configuration, component hierarchy. When rain till now, whenever we have created component right now, we are sure that in a component, you will have a dialog, you will have an event, that they will have various things. Right now, we'll see a few more additional things for a component. What are the additional things? Can come for a while. Its components configuration. Component error can enter any items. Component edit behavior, HTML, business logic, and design configuration through content policies. What are all these things you're seeing, right? I will be one by one. These things, we have seen many things earlier, like component and its configuration, the dialog for comfort that we have seen. We have seen HTML tightly. Yes, rendering script, and we have seen component added behavior. Yes, like when it's over. Added that we have seen inheritance via sling resource super time component. Now today we'll talk about business logic and design configuration, design integration. If I have not told earlier, it is something which is global properties. Whatever properties we add via dialog, those are local properties. I told you write local to that component, right? Global will come via design or policies. We will see. Describe the structure of the component. Describe the structure component HTML, business logic header component. 1 minute. We'll go one by one. After the session, right, we'll be able to describe whole structure of the component. We'll able to describe structure, components, and content from on that already. I have covered by component means which provides a structure for your page, content component, which are like multiple times. Yes, explain the HTML business logic right till now. We haven't written any logic, business logic in our HTML right now. Learn how to do that, right way to do that, and we create a header component. We'll add a JavaScript business logic. We'll add some Sling model business logic. We create edit dialog. We'll create edit config node. We'll also add a co-client library for our component. We'll add some design dialog and we'll create a design for the components. This session is very important here. We are talking about many things. What is a component? Please read it quickly. Are structural elements that constitute of the content of the pages being authored. Our resource types contain the collection of scripts that implement a specific functionality to present the content on the website. Our resource types of the content collection, whatever you are reading or getting it right. Yes. Speak to present. The content on the website of you are modular and reusable. Content here are developed as self-contained unit within one folder of the repository. Within one folder, we have no hidden configuration. Files can contain other component work anywhere within the system has standardized user interface. Structure of a component, what we have seen earlier. Also scroll down. It will have a root node. It will have some property. It will have some child nodes. What property we have seen? We have seen JCR title, JCR description, CQ icon and vital child nodes. Till now we just have seen CQ colon dialog out. There are like 4 options. I have written in the vital child nodes. Till now we have seen only CQ colon dialog. Remember, yes, colon dialog. We create the configuration for your component, right? When we can add with the various name properties for your component. Today we will talk about all other nodes like CQ edit config, CQ child edit config and CQ design dialog. Out of these 4, only CQ dialog and CQ design dialog are important, which you will be using more. You also already know the difference between structure component and content component. Structure, we provide the structure. Whereas and means, which is like the smallest unit, which can be reused multiple places. Now coming to HTML business logic, right? See, till now on our component, we haven't created a component which has some business logic. Business logic in the sense, suppose it is connecting to some database and getting some data from there, right? Or maybe it is manipulating some operation and then providing some output. Or maybe basically its business logic means it's not straightforward printing of your content, but applying some logic and on that logic getting the output and then trying. That's what is business logic, right? We haven't seen any such components till now. Suppose you have to create a use case where on your site you are loading the latest stock information for a company. Or for example, the cricket's code live, cricket's code for IPL. How that work? For all such things you need some business logic. It will connect to some third-party service, get real-time data and print it on your website. Yes, we haven't seen till now any how to do that business logic change in our components today. We'll talk about them. As you already know, with Slightly, when Slightly came by the whole idea behind Slightly was separation of concern, right? Maybe the UI developer will write only UI things and the back-end developer will write back-end things. Yes, sir. That's why we have deprecated JSPs. And then we Adobe recommend for you HTML and CSS and JavaScript to write UI things and Java code to write the back-end stuff. Yes or no? Basically, when we say we will not be writing any business logic in HTML, right, or in our site clipboard, where we will do it? We will do it via 2 ways, either via Sling model or via server-side JavaScript. Remember, this is server-side JavaScript. JavaScript is generally client-side, you know, right? Yes, but here we are talking about server-side JavaScript. Let me tell you, this server-side JavaScript was invention of Adobe, right? And Adobe themselves say, now don't use it. Is that clear? It's a deprecated. Now they only recommend to use Sling models only. In today's session, I'll just give you a high-level overview on both of these things. But in detail, we will only discuss Sling models. We will not discuss server-side JavaScript. Is that clear? Yes, it's clear. Because it's deprecated, you won't see it generally in Next. I mean people, it's not recommended to use it. What is the helper classes? Helper classes means these are the classes which helps to write the business logic for your spend time in the core. Is that clear? In an HTML, you will call some Java backend code or Java JavaScript which will be having business logic inside it. And it is giving you output which you are displaying inside your HTML. That's what is helper classes are. Sling model is one. It's a special Java class. Why we will talk about in detail, right? Right now, I'm not discussing much and server-side JavaScript. As I told you, it's a JavaScript. The syntax is JavaScript, but it executes the server-side language better than client-led. Scroll down. We will create a header component first. In this header component, first I will use no business logic, no helper classes. And I'll show you how, with the site itself, you can achieve the business logic. In the next exercise we will replace that business logic which is written inside site itself. We'll replace it with the server-side race. And in the next exercise, we'll replace the server-side race with the sling model. Basically, same exercise. We'll do 3 times with 3 things. Is that clear? And why we will do that? I can explain you that. Business logic can be written in either of 3 ways. Right. But the best way is using sling model. We will create today. And then with that we'll learn various things. Please follow the guide. I hope you are clear what you're doing, right? You're creating a component providing title and group. Right now, you know group also. What is group? Sorry, I forgotten what is group actually. You remember we first component in session 9. We created the name as code component. Remember? Code component. We created code. Cool. Good component here. And we haven't dragged and dropped it on our pages, but we drag and drop it on the vRetail pages. Remember? Understand? Our site was not ready, but allow it to drag and drop on vRetail site. We have added the vRetail group. That because on the vRetail website, only vRetail group is allowed. Yes, we use that group. Now our site is ready where we can drag and drop component on our pages. Now we are creating our own group and then via the template policy, we will allow only our group to be available on our website. Our group is structured and we train content. Remember? Why this is a structured component? Because header generally is fixed on all the pages of your site. Yes or no? It is not like you update a header on each stage of your website. That's why header is a structure component. Structure component. Save it. I see a lot of questions. Amber, do you have a JCR? Content is being deleted. Keep on saving things. Now you have to add the content in this header from basic header in the exercise folder. Basic full header. There is a file first. One minute to start. No problem. Wait, it's not saving. Hello? Basically, if you see this HTML, right, like high level, we'll see right in this HTML. You'll see the heading using pure HTML. We can fully build out the design of the header component with the current page objects. What is current page object? You remember out of the box object, enumerable object on site. You remember that? Current page object. Since it's an immediate object, you don't need to initialize it. It is already available for this. What we are doing here from line number 3 to line number 26, 25 that we have a navigation bar. Right. And then we have various stay with UL allies, right. This is ULALI. The first one is showing you the language of which language country you are in, right. Then the next ULA, you are showing you for the account profile, all that stuff. We look from line number 27. It's again a container, that which has some buttons and all, right? And then you see the business logic from line number 51. Line number 51. Here we are not using any helper class. Line number 52 to 5063. Right. The business logic is there to generate the list of children of the current page from line number 52 to 61. Right. We are generating children of current page. And for that we are not using any business logic. We are just using slightly out of the box object to fetch you the list of children for your current page. Basically, the idea here is to showcase you that this piece of code now in the next exercise will replace with the result coming in via the helper class. Right now, you see current.list field children in line number 53. You are doing data slide. Repeat data slide. Repeat is like a while loop. It has a value. This ally will be generated. The number of time for that list children. There will be, suppose there are 10 children. This ally will be printed 10 times. Is that clear? And under each ally there is an anchor tag. There is again UL ally tag to display the individual item. It's literally like generating a navigation ant, isn't it? Ally, it's generating navigation. Right. Now you have done this. Let's see how it looks on the website. No, it's not saving actually. Why? Click on save. Oh, it's not saving. I think you refresh your CRX delay. You might have not saved earlier. Not saved. Now I'll go to the exercise and I'll be finished the exercise. Point number 16, review the code you added. Yes, we reviewed it. Point number 17, we'll use this header component now on the template level. Before that, what we'll do, we'll create a CQ column dialog node below the header column. Open the template. No. Here in the left hand side, we will drag and drop header component in the top of this page. Do you see header component here listed for you? You can search also in the above box. Refresh it. Refresh your header component. Refresh the page. Now it's coming. We'll allow the header component. Open the policy. Policy for your layout container. Not for the inner lay, hold on. You have open policy for inner layout container. Open policy for outer layout container. Come slowly, down. Now click, now open policy. In search for the V, range structure, choose the whole. Now search for your header. Now hold this guy and put it at the top of the page. This is a little bit. Leave it. You see you're getting the header coming in for you, isn't it? This is a template, right? Open one of the page which is created using this template from the sites. No changing password. Hit edit. No. This is you're still using the old template here. This is not the new. What do you think? Open it please. See, your header is coming right. Now here, view as published search, click on this. Click on the page information icon. Click there and see view as published, third from the bottom. Now if you click on the E, ends there, right? But this page doesn't have a, see you are able to choose a language, right? Close the search bar, click on the search box. There is a search box. You see, it won't work right now, but you're getting the all. This is coming from where? From that HTML which we have written right now. If you go back to the previous tab of your browser, you just pay the sites. You can see the child pay different. Oh, sites are not. Don't think I have it. Let me see. Open the English page. You see? Here in the header you are getting about the experience equipment activity. What is this? These are the child component, and under activities again you have child component. Can you expand the activity? Are you with me? You remember business logic in line number 51 to 63. This is what it said, where if current page has some children, you are iterating them multiple times, and then again the current child page has some children. Again, like hiking, skiing, biking, coming. Is that clear? The child page is like equipment, explain a bit. Doesn't have any children. They are not showing for you in the navigation. Is that clear? Are you with me? This is how we create the header for any website right now. We have created header via a header component directly in nowadays. We drag and drop this header component inside an experience fragment and we use experience fragment to load the. We will talk about experience fragment in session 21. But I hope you are with that. How we can get the header on site. Now same exercise we will do with server-side.js. We have all this scroll down. Exercise 2. Let's do this. Hold. Now, inside this headers put the content from the exercise file. There is a file with the name of headers. Do it when I'll explain what is written in this. Then update the content of header table as well. As mentioned in line number 10, copy the content from js_header and put it there now. Now see, I'll quickly explain. You see at the top of the file here, top of the file, you see we are calling data slide use. You remember what we used to have data slide use. We are creating an object of whatever is right hand side of the equal to operator, which is headers. We are creating an object of headers file. And we are initializing it in the object header. The name of object is header. Now this header object, we can use it various places on the HTML here. If we go to line number 51. Now see this business logic. Now header.rootPage.listChildren. Earlier how you are getting list children via current page object. Now we are getting children from the root page from the header object which we initialized at the top. Right. Do you want to see how this list children is coming for you? Can you go to header.js file? In this file, if you see it's a JavaScript, the syntax of this is like you have to start with the use like that and then you have to create variables. Current page dot absolute parent. The root page you are getting as current page and absolute parent to 2. And then each root page is equal to null. Then root page, you provide current page. Basic simple log. Then you have logger statement. Then again a variable iterator. Root.listChildren and you are filtering. And line number 51, you are pushing the each while loop. You are saying that the items.push. Suppose n number of children are coming. All children are pushing in the items object. Ultimately in line number 23 to 26, you are sending a whole object. Items equal to items. Root page equal to root. Anonymous equal to anonymous. These three things you are returning. All these the header object in your HTML getting initialized with these three items. Go to header.html file. At the top, if you see right, go to the top. You see your header object in line number 2 is getting initialized with these three items from header.js. What all the three items you have in header.js? Go to header.js and quickly open that. Header.js. What all the three? You have items, root page and anonymous at the bottom. These three things getting initialized into the header object and then you are utilizing these values inside your header.html. If you go to your header.html, in line number 2, you have got this header object where you have initialized these three items inside header. And if you go to line number 51, you see you are getting header.rootPage. Where was this root page coming from? From the header.js, remember? Yes, and then root page.listChildren the normal way. The idea here is to showcase you earlier for the same thing you have used current page object. Right now you are using an object which has been created via a helper class with the name as server-side.js. Same thing you are able to achieve via current page object of Sitely or via business logic from server-side.js file, which is header.js. Yes, sir. If you refresh your page, you won't see any difference. Because it is just same thing you are doing, but with a helper class header.js. Now one important thing you noticed. Can you go back there please? Now onward. Earlier on that page you were not seeing this because on About Us page you don't have any children. But at least now you are seeing on About Us page also this. Basically, if you go to header.js, there the root page, they are considering always as too late level of the parent. If you go to header.js, it doesn't matter on current page, will give you current page as a root page, line number 4. You see current page dot. Get absolute parent, which is taking the parent as to level up. Is that absolute parent as to level up? Always the parent is coming as to level up. That's right. That's why you are or here you go. Whatever page, you will see the same header navigation. But when we were using page object, in the current page object, it is always current page. That's why on English page you are seeing navigation, but on About Us page you were not seeing navigation. Is that clear? This was the business logic we have done via server-side JS. Server-side JS is replicated. The reason behind that is we cannot debug server-side JS. At the runtime, we cannot debug like we can debug JavaScript, client-side JavaScript, or we can debug Java code, but we cannot debug server-side JS. That was the biggest problem with server-side JS. That's why it is not useful for developers. Now the same thing will do with Sling model. Exercise 3 rather than server-side JS or out-of-the-box current page object. Now we will use Sling model as a helper class. Just follow the guide. You're understanding right. Same thing we are doing via 3 different ways. Now, since we have to use the Java class and we are not yet ready to write our own Java class. Yes, and we cannot write Java class in XD right. What we'll do? To have Java class, we need to have a bundle or a jar file which we have to deploy on system console, OSI console. Is that clear? For timing for this exercise purpose, I have created this jar file for you and I have given this jar file. You just have to upload it onto your OS. I console that your Java class is available to your code. But in session number 15-16, we'll create our own Java class and that time you will understand how to do that. That clear? What do you have to open OSI console? How to open OneSay console? I think tools I know like System Console. You can go there. When this is completed, right-click on that and upload this jar file which I have shared in the exercise folder. Choose the jar file from wherever you have session 13 exercise. There is an install button. You upload it and set install, it will install. Now your Java class is available for you to refer it right now. If you change the HTML, how do I know that if it is installed or not? Search for V. What is the name of the jar file? Was there. Just control as you do. It was retrained something right. We trained for. It's nice. It's nice. You have page 1. It is right and it is in the active state. Write the status. You see it. Inside this, the Java class is available. I'll show you how to get this. Don't worry. The whole thing is pending. We have to do it by a session for 1616. Now, if you change your header.html, rather than using server-side JS header.js, we will use the Sling model, the Java class. Hold on. It's all done. You have done that. Scroll down. Scroll down. And hold on from the above image. You see, right, if you go to that system console and click on the jar file, right, you can see this header. You can see this header. Right. In that jar file. I mean, just to showcase you that this is present there. If I unstructured the jar file right, I don't know if you go to the system control. I should just turn on for the search for vtrain control and vtrain control F. I just click on that. This is come down here somewhere. Hold on. Oh. First one header. Right. Hello? Leave it. I'll tell you later, but ignore it for now. Otherwise, we'll get confused. That the Java file is here, right? I'll tell you how to get that. Go back to the document. Right. Basically, find on page right. Scroll up. Scroll up. Scroll up. I mean the way you can find it. It is mentioned in the here. Press this. Successfully. It can state us. We want to call status. Yours is active, right? It's status active. This thing. This is active. Now go back. Now search with this training components structure header. Point number 9. Point number 9. Training component. This is what your component path right. You won't find it here. Open the click on the vtrain core. Now do Ctrl S. See, it is there. It's not there. Again Ctrl S. The search header. Only one header. Scroll down. Scroll down. Launch package. You want to try reload? No. Imported package. Basically, this here shows you your classes, Java classes, right? That's what we are trying to find out. 1 minute here. Oh, status here actually. Now I think I will. And here you search for your sling model. See, your sling model is listed here. This model we are going to use on our... What is that? 8. Go to your HTML. If you have not installed this jar file, this sling model will not be available for you. Go to your header tool and replace the content of this header HTML with the model, and that's what header tool. And if you see here at the top right, it is calling the sling model rather than headers. To call the Java, you have to provide the full qualified package name of that Java class, right? That is, you're clear with that, right? The package is in Java, whatever file. Still header. Now, if you open this right now, if you have any GUI tool or something, you can extract the jar file and see what is written in this header Java file. I'll do one thing. I'll get that to you like maybe tomorrow. Right. If you have JD jar, I can do it online. I think. Let's try it. You can see the content of that header file right now. But anyway, I can give you that. I used to have it, but used to have it in. I used to have the JDGUI. There is a tool. The compiler. That one. This one. I used to do this. For your Mac. This is Mac. This one. We're in the setup. This. Go inside what is not. That's double check. Oh my. No, it is saying because it is from the internet. Show package content. Oh. Try to open. What happened? Even I saw this issue on Mac. It's not working anymore. I don't know why. Just try some online. And then see. Or else I'll give you that. Don't worry. I have it already with me. I think I can find it. See in the header class. Basically, right. It's a Java class. Anyway, I will have to cover that part. We have the Java classes ready session next sessions. But what we will see here is now, if you go to HTML, right. Go to HTML. That is there, and then the logic is now same header object, right? Because name is same. Here also you are returning root page from the Java Sling module Java. Basically the idea is if you go to refresh your page, it will look like same only without any difference, even though you have changed code. Even though you have your reading children via different way, now can you go and check your page, English page or some page? Not this English page. See, now it is coming, your navigation. That's what about it. Basically, don't worry. Sling model we have to cover in depth detail. There are 2 sessions dedicated for Sling model. Now it is just to showcase you that we have various helper classes like Sling model and server-side JavaScript. Sling model is something as a developer will use on daily basis, right? Whereas server-side JS is deprecated. Now what do we create? A hero component page. Hero components. There also we learn certain things. Can you just do it? Exercise 3 we done. Exercise 48 is. Exercise 2, exercise 3, exercise 4. We'll create a configuring edit dialog. Let's create a page hero component, and from there we learn various child node of your component like edit config node, edit child config node. Let's create this page hero component, please. Thank you. You already have that opened in your visuals. What is it published? You're already working for a company where you are in an AEM project, right? And recently one of my students got a nice job offer. She was not in AEM. I trained her and then she was like she has worked a lot. She got in very nice company actually, Apple. She got in US. She was happy. But she was scared also. Like I just learned from you. I don't have experience and all. And she has written some fake experience in her profile. But like what did you ask? Like what questions they asked and all. It was same basic things on the whatever I'm teaching, right? That's why she was happy that you have helped me a lot like that. Actually, like it's good to know that. Probably like Monday or Tuesday, you can have some, questions asked. You can ask some questions which I can always. But then The problem with her was, I think, with you, that's not the case. And that's why you are doing things. I'm not saying not. But in that case, it was like do or die. He was on some specific visa. I don't know what that. If she will not have job within 1 month, H1 it is, I think I saw it on. She has to come back. And she was a contractor in some company where they said no, then we don't have anything for you. Once she has to get it. I mean, she knew it that her project is getting over. She started training for me before you. I just finished her training. I basically, when you joined, right? Her last few sessions were pending. And then after that, in between, I just was helping her. Whenever a requirement basis, she was like asking me things, but she got it into. But I'll tell you, she has done a lot of efforts from her end also, because it was a do or die, but they'll start working more. Don't worry. I'll put more effort from Monday. I mean, it depends for you. Maybe you're just learning to increase your knowledge, but in her case, it was like, otherwise, she has to come back. No, actually. I just want to crack a job in a probably next ones. Maybe then you have to put a lot of effort. I'll start. You're already a UI developer, right? If you understand the backend and all that right, you will actually end up in a nice job. And so, let's complete this hero component. I mean, there are a lot of examples like that I have in past 5 years, right? I have trained a lot of people and they come back saying you whatever you have. And I don't do. You see, right? I don't teach anything very extraordinary. It is same with this one. I think you're teaching basics. Really good. Actually, that is helping me to understand as well. But like I need to revise a lot and which I'm not doing. I agree with you. But no. I need to because like if I want to crack a job, definitely need to do. There used to be a guy in Canada. He was a business analyst. I mean not in AM, right? But then he was a some senior role, right? 15 years of experience. And he had to lead a team of AM folks in his company. Right. For him, comedy is like I'm leading them right now. But with my CMS, I'm just managing the things. Whenever like it comes to functionality, and now like I can manage it. But again, to understand the basic correctly, like that's the reason I came to you. I think you have learned a lot of things till now. We are doing it very delayed things, but it's you whatever if you see right till session 12. Many things. I hope now little bit concepts are clear now. Lot much. Because there are two to be come under me, but I know like what they're doing. But again it will be funny. Like if you see, say like I'm a lead. But again the way to really have a leadership quality you have that you are able to manage them. No, actually like I have like other CMS like I beam abuse CM and all. That's the reason like based on that experience like I'm just equating this one and it's the same CMS concepts but completely new thing. AM is like all these things are like let's create this dialogue. Before you add the page you can come printer. You need to add a secret. Now you're clear, right? why its secure dialog mode is required. To want to have will not be able to drag and drop it. You won't be seeing it anywhere, right? If it is empty, you should have a secure dialog mode. Steve. What you're trying? You are dragging, dropping it right panel, right? And the search for your page, hero. And hold it and put it below the header. Now it is there, but you are not able to see the layout for it. Because you have not provided the empty placeholder for your component. Is that clear? What is empty placeholder? It means the component is empty. It should show empty placeholder that you can identify on the page and then edit it. Since it is not there, there is another way to edit the component. And you have to go to content tree, which is in the leftmost side of your page below that. Here you will see all the components on your P. See, you can see your page here. Yes or no? Click on that. You see now and you can edit from there. Click on that. It's not opening. I think it's opening because your dialog is empty. Yes or no? Let's create something inside dialog. Something like initial content. See, when we drag and drop something first time, some component first time on the page right, it is not having dialog configured inside it. When dialog is not configured, we don't want to show some broken things. Then what we do? We have an empty placeholder for our component. For this component, there is no empty placeholder for now. That's why you are not seeing that. It's not visible on the page whether this component is there or not. Because you have HTML which says if it has these dialog values coming in, then only show the HTML. But when dialog is not coming, then what? That's why the whole HTML is nothing is printing for you on the page there. It is like, even though it is there on the page, it's not visible. Now what we'll do, rather than find number 26, is delete the CQ dialog node. Rather than be reinventing the wheel, we will copy the whole dialog from somewhere. Go there in your component, delete this, and then do as mentioned in the document. It's asking me to delete it. That we will have to create dialog. We can understand. We should copy from image. Go to this component and the core component. Copy the dialog from We're doing what we want to do. I think I'm done. I'm done. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.